Are you sure it's your heart? Seriously. Have you already diagnosed yourself? Every single day, people over 60 come to me and say almost the exact same thing. Doctor, my ankles are swollen. It must be my heart. And that's when I pause. Because this is exactly where a very common mistake begins. One that leads people to treat the wrong problem for months, sometimes even years. Let's get one thing straight right away. Swelling is not a diagnosis, it's a signal. But the real question is, a signal from which system? The heart? Possibly. The kidneys? Sometimes. But do you know what I see most often? The lymphatic system. Yes, the very system most people never think about until it quietly starts to fail. And this is where things get interesting. Because the lymphatic system is the only system in your body that doesn't have its own pump. Your heart has the heart. Your blood has pressure. But your lymph, it only has you, your movement, your muscles, your daily rhythm. And when that movement decreases, lymph flow slows down. Now answer this honestly. How much do you actually move during the day? Not in general, not I used to walk a lot. I mean right now. How many steps? How many hours do you spend sitting? How often do you simply get up and move? After 60, life changes. That's natural. Many people retire, slow down, spend more time at home. But along with that comes a subtle, often unnoticed problem. We start moving less than our bodies actually need. And that's when the lymphatic system begins to fall asleep. At first, it's barely noticeable. Your shoes feel a little tighter in the evening. Your socks leave faint marks. There's a slight heaviness in your legs. Most people ignore it. It's just age. It's nothing. It'll pass. But it doesn't. The next day, it's the same. Then again. And eventually, you notice your ankles don't look the same anymore. They look swollen, full. And this is where most people take a logical but not entirely correct step. They think heart. And that's understandable. We've all been taught that. Swelling equals heart problems. But reality is more nuanced. Yes, heart failure can cause swelling, but it almost always comes with other symptoms. Shortness of breath, fatigue, heart palpitations, sometimes even coughing with exertion. But what if those aren't there? What if the only issue is swelling by the evening? Then, very often, the cause is fluid stagnation. More specifically, stagnation of lymph and venous blood in the lower legs. Why the lower legs? Because gravity is working against you. Fluid naturally moves downward. And if there's no active mechanism pushing it back up, it stays there. And here we reach a key point that many people overlook. Your calf muscles are not just muscles. They are your second pump. Every time you walk, climb stairs, or even rise onto your toes, those muscles contract, and something important happens. They compress the vessels and literally push blood and lymph upward. It's like a manual pump. Contract, push, relax, refill. This happens thousands of times a day if you move. But if you sit, if you spend hours in a chair, on the couch, at a table, the pump switches off and fluid starts to accumulate. That's your swelling. Not because your heart has failed, but because a simple, brilliant mechanism stopped working. Now, here's the good news. If that's the cause, the solution is much simpler than you think. No complicated treatments, no heavy medications, no constant fear that something is seriously wrong. There's one habit, just 5 minutes. But it can literally wake up your lymphatic system. I recommend it to almost every patient with this complaint. And do you know what they tell me after a week? Doctor, it feels better. The swelling is less. My legs don't feel as heavy. Here's what you do. This isn't just an exercise. It's activating your second pump. Stand up straight. Hold onto a chair or wall if you need balance. Now slowly rise onto your toes. Not sharply, not with a jerk, smoothly. Lift, pause for a second, lower down, then repeat. Keep a steady rhythm, breathe normally. Do 30 repetitions. If you can, go up to 50. This takes about 2-3 minutes. Take a short break. Then do another set. And here's what matters most: not intensity, but consistency. 5 minutes every day is far more effective than 20 minutes once a week. Because your lymphatic system responds to rhythm, it wakes up with repeated gentle movement. Now let's add a second element that makes this even more effective. After the exercise, lie down, lift your legs. You can put them on a pillow or rest them against a wall. The key is they should be above the level of your heart. Stay like that for 5 to 10 minutes. No phone, no distractions. Just let gravity do its job. What happens then? The fluid that accumulated in your legs starts moving back. Lymph begins to flow. Circulation improves, and you can literally feel the heaviness fade. This isn't magic. It's physiology. Simple, natural, effective. But there's one more thing I need to say. If the swelling is firm, if it doesn't go away by morning, if the skin changes, becomes thick or tight, if there's pain or noticeable asymmetry, that's no longer a situation for simple exercises alone. That's when you need proper medical evaluation, because some conditions do require more serious attention. But in most cases I see every day, it starts with simple stagnation, with lack of movement, with a switched-off pump. And you know what's frustrating? People often start with medication, diuretics, various circulation drugs, self-treatment, without fixing the root cause. It's like scooping water out of a leaking boat without sealing the hole. Yes, you might feel better temporarily, but the problem remains. That's why I always tell my patients something simple. Before treating, restore physiology. Give your body what it actually needs: movement, rhythm, proper use of gravity. And very often the body does the rest on its own, without unnecessary intervention. Start looking at your body not as a collection of problems, but as a system that simply needs the right conditions. And sometimes those conditions are surprisingly simple. 5 minutes of movement, 5 to 10 minutes with your legs elevated, but done daily. The effect is far greater than you expect. And one last thing I want you to remember: not everything that looks alarming is truly dangerous, but not everything that seems like just aging should be ignored. Swelling is a signal, and you have a choice. Ignore it, fear it, or understand it, and act, starting today, right now. Because sometimes health doesn't come from complex treatments, but from simple, consistent actions, ones you can take yourself. And yes, your heart might have nothing to do with it at all.